I'm Megyn Kelly in New York City, and tonight,
a Kelly File exclusive on new questions in the legal fight for the man behind this film.
Obama has a dream from his father, that America be downsized.
Key senators now asking if Dinesh D'Souza was targeted by the FBI as political payback. D'Souza joins us live. And then, after heroin turns up at a grade school, the teachers union decides to stonewall the investigation.
You got a bad drug addict teacher.
Tonight, some fired-up parents join us with their effort to push back. Plus,
I thought the Portable Health Care Act was to save $2,500 per family. That's what happened.
An unguarded moment in a question over Obamacare has touched off an angry national response, and you'll see why. And a Kelly File follow-up to our investigation of parents trying to get their 15-year-old daughter back from state custody.
Every time I see her, my knees buckle. I cry after it. It's just tearing apart our family.
Why did police show up as the family tried to visit Justina today?
Breaking tonight in a Kelly File exclusive. Republican senators now demanding the head of the FBI explain exactly why the agency pushed for an indictment of one of the president's most effective critics. And that critic is here. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. This started last month. Conservative filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza hit with federal charges for what the New York Times called relatively small donations in a New York Senate race. Those charges immediately raising red flags for some because D'Souza, who has pleaded not guilty, is behind the box office hit 2016, Obama's America, a film that is very critical of the president. The senator's letter calls attention to these concerns, citing liberal Harvard legal scholar Alan Dershowitz, who said publicly, quote, "I can't help but think that D'Souza's politics have something to do with it." The letter urging the FBI, quote, to dispel this sort of public perception, writing, "It is important for the FBI to be transparent regarding the precise origin of this investigation." Joining us now, Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, good to see you. And so now you've got Republican senators demanding answers from the feds on why this charge. Many had asked, why this filmmaker? Why this amount? Why, in a case that is this small, has it been elevated to this level? And I know there's a limited amount you can say about it, being the subject of the case, but I want to ask you whether you believe this could be retaliation.
Well, as a lawyer, you know, Megyn, I can't talk about the case itself. In fact, my attorneys have been very emphatic about this. So much as I'd like to, I can't speak about the case specifically. But what I will say is that I made a film very critical of Obama. I know for a fact that he was very unnerved, upset about the film. I'm about to release this year a new film called America. And if Obama was unnerved by 2016, wait till the new film comes out. So I am a public critic of the president, and I do recognize that this has made me, to some degree, vulnerable to some forms of counterattack.
How do you know for a fact that President Obama was personally upset or outraged at Obama's 2016?
Well, a few weeks after the film came out, there was a vituperative attack on me and on 2016, and it appeared on Barack Obama's personal website, barackobama.com, in which he railed against the film as a smear campaign. In fact, he took issue with a number of facts in the film. He was wrong on every instance, but it was very clear from his diatribe that the film got under his skin.
Did you worry at the time that maybe you had pushed it too far, that there might be retaliation against you?
Well, I had heard that Obama was a very vindictive guy, and when I was down in Kenya, I noticed that the Obama family is extremely paranoid and protective. We had interviewed Obama's half-brother, George Obama, whom we found in the Huruma slum of Nairobi. And then when we got to Obama's family homestead, even though we were in a different city, they knew all about the interview with George, and they wouldn't cooperate with us. And when we asked them how they knew about this, they said, well, we have George followed. We're on his track. We know who he meets with. We know who he gives interviews to. So this struck me as extremely odd. Here you've got a kid who's in his late 20s or early 30s, and the Obama family is having him followed.
Do you believe the president would be capable of this sort of retribution, however, because the meddling and the, name-taking and remembering that this would all require of the President of the United States may have some saying, no.
Well, let's remember that right after 2016 came out, my partner, Jerry Molen, who's been on your show, Jerry is the producer of Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, he was contacted, rather coincidentally, by the IRS, and they had questions of him. So this IRS targeting, which has been focused on the Tea Party group, somehow seems to have extended to the guys who made 2016. I think it's the broader pattern here of going after people who are critics, not just me, but the Hollywood guys, the group Friends of Abe. These are Hollywood guys who are conservatives. So I think there's a sense here that Obama treats his critics not merely as people who disagree, but as enemies. And by the way, Megyn, that's a big theme. Obama's mentor, Saul Alinsky, says in his books that you should treat your opponents not as well-meaning people who disagree with you, but as bad guys. You've got to polarize, you've got to demonize, and that clearly is what the Obama administration has been doing in general.
Dinesh, thank you for being here. We'll continue to follow it.